let us start a new topic today. Yeah, so we are going to study new topic and very easy topic also, that is linear inequalities. So let us begin the class. Okay, we are here. Yeah, so it is from chapter 6 of NCERT textbook, linear inequalities. We are going to cover the first part today. Okay, so before starting this topic, what should we know? I mean, what is the previous knowledge we require to understand the topic? Okay, first, concept of linear equations in one variable and linear equations in two variables. So as you know, yeah, so this linear equations in one variable, what is the general form? In one variable, general form is, yeah, so linear equation in one variable, we write like this: ax plus b equal to 0, where a not equal to 0. Okay, because if a becomes 0, you won't have any variable, so you won't have any equation. Similarly, whenever we talk about linear equation in two variables, the general form is ax plus by plus c equal to 0. Here the restriction should be a not equal to 0, b not equal to 0. Okay, because if a 0, b not 0, you are getting by plus c equal to 0. That would be linear equation in one variable. Similarly, if b equal to 0, a not equal to 0, the equation becomes ax plus c equal to 0. Again, it is linear equation in one variable. If a 0 and b 0, then you have c equal to 0. So practically you don't have an equation. Okay, so that's why here a and b, they should not be 0. Okay, and we should know the concept of intervals. Okay, which we have studied in chapter 1, sets, right? So we have studied closed interval. Okay, closed interval, it means whenever you have x belongs to closed interval ab, we write like this. This implies what? A less than equal to x less than equal to b. And open interval, okay, open interval, what is it? It is when we say x belongs to open interval ab. Okay, it means, or this implies a less than x less than b. Okay, so the basic difference between open interval and closed interval is what? Whenever we talk about closed interval, you see, x lies between a and b, and x may be equal to a and x may be equal to b. Means endpoints are included. But whenever we talk about open interval, here you can see x lies between a and b. Okay, here endpoints means a and b are not included. And whenever we write interval ab, here a is called lower limit, b is called upper limit of the interval, and a is of course less than b. Okay, so next thing we should know, representing the numbers on the number line. So that also you already have studied in junior classes. Okay, how to represent numbers on the real number line. Number line means here we talk about real number line. Okay, I mean number line for real numbers. And next, method of drawing graphs of system of linear equations in two variables. Okay, so that also you already have studied. So with these concepts in hand, we can proceed to the new topic. Now, general equation general form of linear inequation. So whenever we talk about linear inequation, here also we can take two types of linear inequations. One is linear inequation in one variable, and second one is linear inequation in two variables. Okay, the general form in both the cases you can see, we know linear equation in one variable, ax plus b equal to 0, right, where a not equal to 0. So here whenever we talk about inequation, this equality sign is replaced by inequality sign. Means it may be ax plus b greater than 0, or ax plus b less than 0, ax plus b greater than equal to 0, or ax plus b less than equal to 0. So any of these forms, okay, any one of these forms, okay, yeah, all the forms, in fact, we can say this is general form of linear inequation in one variable. So that will be our today's focus. But whenever we talk about linear inequation in two variables, just like linear equation in two variables, we have ax plus by plus c equal to 0. A and b both are not equal to 0. So equality sign is replaced by inequality sign. Here you can see ax plus by plus c less than equal to 0, ax plus by plus c greater than equal to 0, ax plus by plus c less than 0, ax plus by plus c greater than 0. Okay, so these are basically general form of linear inequation. Okay, now there are some rules. Just like in case of equation, we have some rules. Like for example, we can add or subtract any number to both the sides of equation. We can multiply any number to both the sides of equation so that the value doesn't change. Okay, so similar way we have some rules in case of inequations also. First rule is we can add the same number to both sides of an inequation, or we can subtract the same number from both sides of an inequation. Okay, so in case of equation, what happens, we write like this. No, if you write a equal to b, a plus c equal to b plus c, same number can be added to both sides of the equation. Or you may write a minus d equal to b minus d, right? Here also similar thing. If you have a greater than b, a plus c is greater than b plus c. Okay, or if you have a less than equal to b, for example, a minus d less than equal to b minus d. So this rule, this first rule is same as your linear equation. Okay. Okay, so basically this is not a different, you can say new rule. Okay, it is same as the equation. Okay, you can take concrete example also. You can see here 5 is less than 7. If I add 5 plus 2, 7 plus 2, it means 7 is less than 9. Okay, so it's true. So you can subtract some number and you can check it also. Okay, next, rule number 2, we can multiply or divide both sides of an inequation by a positive number. However, on multiplication or division of negative number 2 or from both the sides of an inequation, the inequality is reversed. Okay, so now you see. Okay, so let me take one equation first. Suppose you have a equal to b. If I write AC, it is equal to BC, or A by D equal to B by D. Okay, we do not have any restriction here. I mean C and D. It can be positive or negative number. So no restriction. But here we are having two parts. First part, we can multiply both sides of an inequation by a positive number. Or we can divide both sides of an inequation by a positive number. It means, let me write here A greater than B. Okay, now if I multiply 2A, 2B, it's fine. No change in the inequality. Or if I write here A by 3 greater than B by 3, it's also fine. But if I write here, however, second part, however, on multiplication or division of negative number to or from both the sides of an inequation, inequality is reversed. Suppose, for example, I write here A greater than B. It means if I multiply, suppose minus 1. So minus A is less than minus B. That means on multiplying or on multiplication of negative number to both the sides of an equation, you see greater than, reverse now, less than. Let me take one concrete example. Again, I can write here 5 less than 7. Okay. Now, if I write here minus 5 and minus 7, let me check. What should I write here? Okay, just to show that, let me take the help of number line. This is the number line. And let me take here 5 smaller than 7. Okay. Now, if I just okay, I can just okay, so here I can write 0, 1, 2, 1, 2, maybe 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so here you can see 5 less than 7. Now this side I can write here minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6, minus 7. Okay, can you see here? Here minus 5. Minus 5 is here minus 5, here minus 7. So minus 5 lies to the right of minus 7. What does it mean? The number line, it means the greater number is always in the right side. Smaller number is to the left side. So it means minus 5 is more than minus 7. Okay. So here you see 5 less than 7 on multiplication of minus 1 to both the sides. Here inequality is reversed. Okay. So similarly, you can write, suppose I write here A less than equal to B. I take minus 2A greater than equal to minus 2B. Okay, so whenever we multiply any negative number to both the sides of inequality, inequality is reversed. Similarly, we can divide also, right? So I can write here A greater than equal to B. So A by minus 3 will be less than equal to B by minus 3. Okay. Third property, on taking reciprocal of both the sides of an inequation, inequality gets reversed. Means, suppose A greater than B, if I take 1 by A less than 1 by B. Okay, or I can write here A less than equal to B. If I take reciprocal, 1 by A will be greater than equal to 1 by B. Let me take one concrete example. 100 is more than 10. So if I take 1 by 100, Obviously 1 by 100 is less than 1 by 10. Okay, because yeah, so 100th part of 1 and 10th part of 1. Obviously you can compare. Fourth one, rule number 4 is we cannot take the square roots of an inequation in the same way we take that of for an equation. So it is not written we cannot take. It is written we cannot take the square root of an inequation in the same way we take that of for an equation. Suppose for example we have x square equal to 4. If you take square root, you get x equal to plus minus 2. Okay, or you may write like this also, mod x equal to 2. Okay, it is in the case of equation. But what happens when we take inequation? Suppose I write here x square is less than equal to 4. Okay, so it means, or let me just take any variable here. I mean, yes, x square less than equal to a square. Okay, now if I take square root, what will happen? Mod x less than equal to a. Okay, now here how to interpret mod x less than equal to a. So as we know, mod x is x when x greater than equal to 0 minus x when x less than 0. Okay, now I can take two cases here. Case 1, when x greater than equal to 0, that is mod x equal to minus x. Is minus x? So whenever it is greater than equal to 0, we have mod x equal to x. Okay, now we have mod x less than equal to a. Okay, now in place of mod x, we can write x because x greater than equal to 0. So x less than equal to a. This is our case 1. Second case is case 2. You can have x less than 0. Okay, so it means this implies your mod x equal to minus x. So here, when we write this is less than equal to a, it implies what? Now mod x is minus x. We write minus x less than equal to a. But we want x, so x. It means we are multiplying minus 1. Okay, to both the sides, of course. So inequality will be reversed. So here, if you combine 1 and 2, so you can get, so from 1 and 2, from 1 and 2, we can get minus a less than equal to x less than equal to a. Okay, so here you are getting x greater than equal to minus a, means minus a less than equal to x less than equal to a. So it means the conclusion here is mod x less than equal to a implies minus a less than equal to x less than equal to a. So the same thing we have done in function chapter, if you remember. Okay, so just let me show you the other thing also before we come to the questions. Okay, now another case, if you have, so though we already have studied this in function chapter, I just want to show you this thing because this is one of the important concepts. Second case, suppose you have x square is greater than equal to a square. You take the square root, mod x greater than equal to a. Like previous case, if I write here case 1, means when x greater than equal to 0. which implies mod x equal to x. So in this case, mod x greater than equal to a implies x greater than equal to a. First case. Case 2 is case 2. Here you can see, okay, we can consider x less than 0. This implies mod x equal to minus x. Okay. Now, mod x greater than equal to a implies minus x greater than equal to a. So we will take x here. So we have to multiply both sides by minus 1. X less than equal to minus a. So whenever we multiply negative number to both the sides, inequality is reversed. Okay, so now here, this is your 2. So here you can see x is greater than equal to a and x is less than equal to minus a. Now what does it mean? We can write here x belongs to, whenever we write less than equal to minus a, it may be written like this, minus infinity minus a. Minus a included because less than equal. Okay. Or x greater than equal to a means a infinity. Okay. Or if you want to plot this on the number line, it will be like this. This is a number line. This is minus a. This is a. Okay, now greater than equal to a means it is equal to a. So we have to put a dark circle here, means a is included. And more than a means make the right side of a bold. Okay. Now here you can take here minus a. Now it is less than means you have to make the left side of minus a bold. Okay. In the number line we can represent the solution like this. Or what else we can do? We can also write, or you may write x belongs to set of real numbers, difference, open interval minus a, because a is included here. So we have to exclude the complement. And minus a included here, so minus a is excluded here. Okay, so this you have to be careful. In this case, if you want to take number line, it will be like this, number line minus a. Okay, this is minus a included. So it is between minus a. So this portion. In interval form, you can write, it is basically x belongs to, I'm writing here, x belongs to closed interval minus a. Okay, so we already have done this. Chapter 2, relation function, specifically function chapter. So it's good we have revised it. Now next, we will take some questions. So till now we have studied what is linear inequations. I mean general form of linear inequation. Okay, and some rules regarding linear inequations. Okay, now it is time to solve some questions. I already have written here just to save time. Okay. Okay, starting with the first inequation. Okay, in all the questions we are taking, solve for x also represent the solution on number line. Okay, in the question, if you are given solve on, represent on the number line, you will do it, otherwise not. But here I am writing solve for x. We'll do that. And also I have added this portion, represent the solution on number line. Okay, first question is, 3 times x minus 2 divided by 5 greater than equal to 5 times 2 minus x divided by 3. Okay, so first step is we have to, eliminate the denominator. Step 1 is multiply both sides by 15. Why 15? It is LCM of 5 and 3. Okay, so multiplying this by 15, you can have 3 into 3, 9 into x minus 2 greater than equal to, so we are multiplying by 15 here. So 3, 15, 5, 25 into 2 minus x. I hope it's clear. So this implies 9x minus 18 greater than equal to 50 minus 25x. Okay. At this stage, so bring the variables to one side. So 9x plus 25x greater than equal to 50 plus 18. Okay, so we have eliminated denominator by multiplying both sides by LCM of 5 and 3. Okay, next we simplified. Next step, what we have done? We have transposed variables to one side, constant to another side. Okay, so then you are getting here 34x greater than equal to 68. Okay, then divide both sides by 34. So you are getting x greater than equal to 68 by 34 is 2. So whenever you divide both sides by any positive number, there is no change in the inequality. Okay, x greater than equal to 2. So we can write here x belongs to infinity. Okay, 2 closed. Now represent this in the number line. So whenever you have to represent this on the number line, draw the number line. Done. Then we want 2 infinity, so 2. Okay, so you don't have to write 0, 1, 2, 3. It is understood. You are in class 11th, right? So you can see just step 2 here, that greater than equal to 2. 2 is included, so here take a dark circle. It means it is included. Okay, then make the portion to the right of 2 because it is greater than 2. So make this portion bold. Okay, so it means x greater than equal to 2. Done. Okay, next question. Okay, second question is x by 4 less than 5x minus 2 by 3 minus 7x minus 3 by 5. So this implies x by 4 less than, I'm simplifying RHS, 5 into 3, 15. Then you are getting 25x minus 10 minus 21x plus 9. Okay, normal simplification. So this implies x by 4 less than 4x minus 1 by 15. Okay, Now it is just like previous question. So 4 and 15, LCM is 60. So what you can do? Multiply both sides by 60. Okay, so whenever you multiply both sides by 60, just 1 second. Okay, so you multiply by 60 here. Now this implies 15x less than 16x minus 4. Okay, so now you take variables to one side, keep the constants on the other side. So 15x minus 16x minus x less than minus 4. And you want x. At this stage, whatever is coefficient of x, you will be dividing by that. Just like the previous case, 34x greater than equal to 68. We divided both sides by 34, coefficient of x. Here minus x less than minus 4, divide both sides by minus 1, or you may write multiply both sides by minus 1. Okay, divide both sides by minus 1. So you will be getting what? X. Then inequality will be reversed. Because when we multiply both sides of inequality by negative number or divide by negative number, inequality is reversed. Okay, so x greater than 4. Write this in interval form. X belongs to 4 infinity. Here you see 4 is open. Okay, 4 is not included. Now represent the solution on the number line. Draw the number line. Then you write here 4. Okay, so then greater than 4. Now here you see 4 is not included. I am making a blank circle, hollow circle here. Okay, unlike the previous case, we have taken dark circle. Here blank circle. Because 4 is not included. It is greater than 4, not greater than equal. Okay, so since it's not equal to 4, we can take blank circle. So greater than 4, we will make the line bold to the right of 4. Okay, it means x greater than 4. I hope it's clear. Next, third question. So x minus 3 by x minus 5 greater than 0. Okay, so we do not cross multiply. We do not allow cross multiplication in case of inequality, unlike your equation. Okay, so what we have to do here? So this implies what we have to consider here, x minus 3 by x minus 5 greater than 0. So whenever you have p by q greater than 0, it implies p and q both greater than 0 or both less than 0. Okay, both positive or both negative. So here we can try in that way. So this implies x minus 3 greater than 0 and x minus 5 greater than 0. Okay, or x minus 3 less than 0 and x minus 5 less than 0, both positive or both negative. Then only this, the rational number will be greater than 0. Now, if x minus 3 greater than 0, it means that is x greater than 3 and x greater than 5. Similarly, here x less than 3, that is, and x less than 5. Now here you see, when we say x greater than 3, and x greater than 5, what should be the conclusion? We can take here x greater than 5, because if x is more than 5, automatically it is more than 3. Similarly, in second case, the conclusion can be made x less than 3 and x less than 5. It means we can take x less than 3, because any number which is less than 3, it will be less than 5. So, how to take it? X greater than 5, x less than 3. So you can express the solution in this way. X less than 3 means x belongs to 3. Sorry, it's less than 3. So we can write here minus infinity 3. Okay, and other case is more than 5. Or this is or, so union 5 infinity. Okay. So if you want number line, we want to represent. So here it is 3. Smaller number is to the left, 5. So x greater than 5 means you may take like this. Okay, 5 is blank here. 3 also blank. Now it is more than 5. X greater than 5. Now less than 3. X less than 3. You may write like this. Or what else? Or write x belongs to real number. Set difference what? 3, 5. Here you see, we are not including 5 in the solution. So in the difference, it can be included. Similar case will be with 3 also. So be very, very careful here. So because you cannot exclude 3 and 5 in both the cases. Both the cases means if it is in the solution, obviously it will not be in the complement. So our difference, this means it is in the real number set but not in 3, 5. Okay, so this is the representation on the number line. In interval form, you may write like this or you may write like this. Okay, let us go to the next question. Okay, question number 4 is x plus 3 by x minus 2 less than equal to 2. So we may write like this: x plus 3 by x minus 2 minus 2 less than equal to 0. So you can take LCM, x minus 2, x plus 3 minus 2x plus 4 less than equal to 0. Okay, or you can write here x minus 2x is minus x plus 7, okay, divided by x minus 2 less than equal to 0. So if the fraction, rational number is negative, so numerator and denominator, they should be of opposite sign. Okay, if I write here p by q negative, it implies p greater than 0, q less than 0, or p less than 0, q greater than 0. Okay, similar situation happens here. So we can write this implies minus x plus 7 means I'm right here 7 minus x greater than equal to 0 and x minus 2 less than equal to 0. Okay, here one, we have to careful here, but so x cannot be equal to 2. Okay, so be very, very careful, because x minus 2 less than equal to 0, minus x plus 7 by x minus 2 less than equal to 0. And it is common sense, x cannot be equal to 2. Okay, we can't take x equal to 2, otherwise it will not be defined. Okay, if we take x equal to 2, or denominator is 0, so the rational number will not be defined. Okay, so that is the reason x cannot be equal to 0. So yeah, so it is greater than, so it is less than 0. Okay, or 7 minus x less than equal to 0, and x minus 2 greater than 0. So what does it mean? 7 is greater than equal to x, and x less than 2. Okay, so here you can see x less than 2. I mean 7 less greater than equal to x. So x is less than equal to 7, right? So we are getting here x less than equal to 7 and x less than 2. So if x less than 2, x will automatically be less than 7. So from this case, we can conclude, from here we can conclude what? X should be less than 2. Okay, 7 greater than equal to x means x less than equal to 7, and here x less than 2. So obviously if x less than 2, x cannot be, yeah, x less than 2 means automatically it is less than 7. In this case you can see 7 is less than equal to x, or you can say x is greater than equal to 7. Okay, and x greater than 2. Here you see x greater than equal to 7, x greater than 2. From this, what we can take? X is greater than equal to 7. Okay, so x greater than equal to 7, x less than 2. So we can take the number line now. So 2, 7, 7 included, 2 excluded. Okay, greater. So make the line bold to the right side of 7, less than 2, again here. So it means in interval form, you can write x belongs to minus infinity 2, open, union 7 infinity 7 closed. Okay. Okay, next question, last question of the today's class. Okay, so here it is 7 less than equal to 3x plus 11 by 2 less than equal to 11. Okay, now in this question, what is to be done? Yeah, so we have 2 here. We do not want anything in the denominator. Multiply throughout, multiplying throughout by 2. Throughout means, I mean, we have 3 things. We can split it into 2 inequality, then solve. That is also okay. But because it is a simple one, so I thought maybe in one step we can do it. Okay, so throughout means, I mean with 7, with this 3x plus 11 by 2 and 11. So you can get 14 less than equal to 3x plus 11 less than equal to 22. We want x here. Okay, what is the range of x that we need? So we have to eliminate 11. Then subtracting 11 from, yeah, throughout you can write down from all the sides. Okay, all the sides. So 14 minus 11, 3 less than equal to 3x plus 11 minus 11, 3x. Then here it is 11. Okay, we want 3. So dividing throughout by 3. So 1 less than equal to x less than equal to 11 by 3. Okay, or you may write here x belongs to closed interval 1, 11 by 3. You want to plot this on the number line. Let's do it. Okay, so 11 by 3 means 3 point something. Okay, you have 1 here, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it is somehow 3.6. So maybe somewhere, yeah, 1. Now 3.5, 3.6. Nearly here. Just let me take it approximately. Okay, so you can just make the line bold here. Okay, here 1, 11 by 3. Okay, make the line bold. Okay, so that is what for today's class. Oh, we have one more question left. Okay, we have question number 5 and 6 interchange. Okay, no issue. We can make it question number 6. Okay, and the other one we can make question number 5. Okay, done. Okay, the last question here is, you can see 2 inequations are here. Okay, one is 3x minus 7 less than 5 plus x in equation 1. Then here 11 minus 5x less than equal to 1. Okay, so whenever we have 2 inequalities, so though it is very simple, but we can start with simple one so that we can understand the concept. So in this case, first step is you can bring all the variables to one side or the constant to the other side. Okay, so 3x minus x less than 5 plus 7. Or you can say 2x less than 12. Divide both sides by coefficient of x. Coefficient of x is 2. So divide both sides by 2. X less than 12 by 2 or x less than 6. Okay, it is your solution 1. I can say 1, 2 already I have written. You can write here 3. Then second one is minus 5x less than equal to 1 minus 11. This implies minus 5x less than equal to minus 10. Divide both sides by coefficient of x, means divide both sides by minus 5. So x less than equal to or greater than equal to. So whenever we divide both sides by negative number, inequality is reversed. Greater than equal, so minus 10 by minus 5 is 2. So you can combine 3 and 4. Okay, because whenever we are given 2 inequalities, we solve them separately and we take the common solution, common portion. So x less than 6, x greater than equal to 2. So from 3 and 4, the solution is, so 2 less than equal to x less than 6. Okay, or you can say x belongs to 2, 6, 2 closed, 6 open. Okay, Now express this on the number line. Okay, we can write here 2, 6. Now 2 closed means dark circle. 6 open means blank circle. Okay, and in between, make the line bold. Okay, so 2 less than equal to x less than 6. Okay, so that's all for today's class. So if you want, I should give you the steps of solution. I can just, yeah, before we wind up the class, first step is steps of solution. Step 1, write the inequation. Write the inequation. Second place, you have to simplify. Okay, simplify if required. Because many times the question is already given in a simplified way. So we don't have to simplify in that case. Third, bring the, write the, I can write here, yeah. Bring the variables to one side and constants to the other. Okay, so basically we have to transpose the variables to one side, maybe LHS, and constant to the other side means RHS, maybe RHS, that you can see. So fourth step is divide both sides. Divide both sides by coefficients of x. Here also, if it is required, you have to simplify. Okay, bring the variables to one side and constants to the other side. Here, let me write it. Otherwise, it will be incomplete type of things. Okay. And simplify. Or let me write here. Simplify if required. Okay. Fourth step is divide both sides. Divide both sides by coefficient of x. Coefficient of x or any variable. Coefficient of the variable. Okay, the variable may be x, y, t, whatever. And last step is write the solution. Write the solution in interval form. In interval form. Okay. So then the number line case, no, if it is required, if in the question it is given to write the solution, yeah, represent the solution on the number line, you have to do it. Otherwise, leave the answer here. Okay. So this is what we had in store for today's class. So I hope it is clear to all of you. You can just go through this. And next class, we can cover some questions on linear inequation in two variables, and of course graphical method that I will tell. And one more class, maybe in part 3, we can bring some application based questions, and most probably it will be linear inequation in one variable. Okay. So thank you so much, and I'm sure it will be helping you in understanding the concept.